Superman versus Superman. It's been a debate raging for a few months now, with the Snyder Bros going up against the Gunn fans, but now that the movie's out, well, we get to actually see which Superman would win in an actual fight. So, who's ultimately coming out on top here? Who's going to win it all? Let's find out. Clark Kent, or Kal-El, is the last survivor of Krypton, sent to Earth as a baby and raised in Smallville, Kansas by the Kent family. Now he works as a reporter for the Daily Planet, but he's most well known as Superman, the most powerful superhero on Earth. Thanks to Earth's yellow sun and Superman's Kryptonian nature, while he's the most powerful physical force on the planet, more powerful than any normal human or even any metahuman. He's insanely strong, able to carry and lift billions of tons with ease. Superman's caught falling skyscrapers before, made it look easy, and casually stopped one of the massive kaiju's feet from crushing a dog. Superman showed off some serious strength in this movie, and it never really seemed like he was even exerting himself to his fullest potential. And all that strength also showed up whenever Superman threw a punch. He easily staggered the kaiju monster. He was easily able to knock out raptor soldiers with one hit each. He was able to go blow for blow with Ultraman, who was supposedly just as strong as Superman, and Lex said he was even more powerful than him. Superman also showed off some serious durability. His body is insanely dense and tough, alongside a supercharged electromagnetic field that surrounds him. Well, he's a hard man to put down. Pretty much nothing actually injures him. It's just beings of equal strength who are even able to put a scratch on him. And kryptonite, of course. The plus side for Superman in all of this is the sun. He's a living solar battery. Whenever Superman is injured, was able to pretty much instantly heal himself just by being in the sun. But even when he isn't at full power, well, Superman was able to survive being near a black hole and swimming inside an anti-proton river, which would rip a normal human to shreds the instant they touched it. Superman can move and fly at supersonic speeds, capable of moving faster than the speed of sound, traveling from the United States to Antarctica in just a few seconds. Superman also showed off his insane speed while in a fight. He's able to blitz across battlefields, dodge and counter high-speed attacks, and close distances in just milliseconds. He's also got powerful heat vision and freeze breath, which he's very creative in using, especially in a fight. He's able to one-shot a whole bunch of raptor soldiers all at once with his heat vision, and even managed to use his freeze breath to overcome the pull of a black hole. Lastly, well, Superman is a pretty skilled fighter too. Despite not having any formal training, well, he's an expert at using his insane powers in a fight, giving him a fighting style built around overwhelming force, pinpoint precision, and quick adaptability. And because of that, well, Superman rarely ever loses a fight, but he's also rarely ever going all out in a fight too, oftentimes stopping the fight midway while trying to save others around him. Krypton is dying, and no one really wants to admit it. Well, no one except Jor-El and Lara. They're the only ones that seem to have any clue what's going on, and their only goal from then on is to save their son Kal-El. So they built a baby-sized spaceship and just launched him out into outer space, sent him hurtling towards Earth. I don't know why they didn't decide to build a rocket big enough for all three of them, but I guess they figured they would just kill themselves and their alien son was better off being raised by some random strangers in the middle of Kansas. They really lucked out too, because Kal landed on Jonathan and Martha Kent's front yard. And so instead of becoming a tyrannical dictator with godlike powers, he became Clark Kent, Superman, the world's greatest hero. Thanks to being exposed to a yellow sun, Superman, like all Kryptonians, gained godlike powers. Like, literally godlike. He's the most powerful member of the Justice League. He's easily more powerful than Wonder Woman. He's even on par with Hot Boy Zeus over here. And one of his chief powers is super strength. And Clark has done a whole lot of impressive stuff. He's definitely put those muscles to good use. But his best showing was shifting a whole tectonic plate in order to prevent an earthquake. And even though this happened off screen, and all we have to base it on is a newspaper article, why not include it? I mean, it's really not that crazy. Thor is literally doing stuff like this, and we've seen other Superman do similar things. And in order to do something like this, to shift a tectonic plate, well, it would require 10 teratons of force and energy, or country level strength, meaning that you could destroy a country with a punch, if a country was small enough where you could destroy it with a punch. So some crazy strength. And all that translates over to how Superman throws a hit too. I mean, just look at the clashes between him and General Zod, all the destruction that caused. Look at how he was able to send Doomsday flying up into outer space, or just send him sailing. And then look at how he destroyed Steppenwolf. Steps is pretty tough too. He's fought against his own Doomsday in the past, and even destroyed a moon in their fight. He survived the destruction of a moon. Couldn't stand up against Superman and his punches. And here's the thing, Superman isn't just crazy strong. He's not just able to throw a mean punch, but like the best fighters out there, he can definitely take a punch too. Like, look at his fight against Doomsday. This monster's sole purpose was to kill Superman. He saw one statue of the big guy and he was done. It was all over from that point. He was gonna kill him. And at the beginning of the fight, Superman is actually doing really well. Gets him out of Metropolis, gets him out of the city, gets him up into outer space. And of course, that's when the military decided to launch a nuclear missile at his face. Probably not the best idea, especially in hindsight. But here's the thing, while Superman was injured, he took the blast. He took a nuclear bomb to the face. It was right back in the fight just a few moments later. It's even possible that Superman was weakened from the kryptonite from Batman earlier on in the night. So if that wasn't in play, then he might have just taken that nuclear bomb no problem. And that's not really the only time Superman has taken an attack on that just astronomical level, because there's also the World Engine. The World Engine is a Kryptonian terraforming machine used specifically to convert a planet's atmosphere and the literal composition of the world itself to become more like Krypton, making it so that Kryptonians can easily move on in there and colonize the place. Just the World Engine landing down was enough to completely annihilate a mountain. So that already means that it's made out of something that could withstand a mountain-destroying impact. And then not only did Superman destroy it, well, he did it while weakened and standing under a gravity beam that was single-handedly terraforming the Earth. And I mean, yeah, it was a slow burn, but this was gravity that was altering and changing the entire planet itself. Superman was at ground zero. He was taking all of that force, all of that power, and it was actually overpowering it and flying through it. That's crazy. But here's the thing, Superman isn't just strong, and he isn't just tough. No, those aren't the only two things he has going for him. He actually got a whole bunch of powers, like his freeze breath, or his hypersonic scream, or his heat vision. Oh man, his heat vision. He's able to slice clean through metal and blow stuff up. And we used to believe that he could reach temperatures as hot as 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But now, well, Superman's heat vision might actually be way hotter, way more powerful. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, we learned that Kryptonian metal could withstand its core being superheated to 3.5 million Kelvin. No problem. Which is absolutely no laughing matter. The center of our sun is only 1.1 million Kelvin. And yet, here's Superman consistently burning and cutting through Kryptonian metal. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, for just having been in one movie so far compared to the 3 or 4 that DCEU Superman has been in, well, this Superman was honestly pretty powerful. He was very impressive in his debut. In a lot of ways, well, you can argue that Superman and Superman are equals in terms of strength and speed and durability and all that. Because they pulled off a lot of similar feats in terms of strength, like both are showing off building level feats like it's nothing. Only difference is that this Superman was trying to stop buildings from falling over, and this Superman was the one knocking them over. Difference is this Superman just had more of the high-end feats that this Superman just hasn't had time to show us yet. Like if he stopped that dimensional rift from pulling apart by hand, well, that's insane and a good argument that he's stronger. That didn't happen. On the other hand, well, this Superman overpowered several world-destroying forces by hand, so obviously he's got the higher end feats. You can't even argue that Superman was able to overcome the pull of a black hole, because this Superman was able to do the exact same thing. Same with durability. You can argue that Superman diving and surviving in that Proton River is the most impressive thing here, if it actually destroys on the atomic level in an instant. Superman did survive a nuke, but he also was atomized by the mother boxes synchronizing. So there's clearly a limit to his durability. Maybe there's an argument that the new Superman has the better durability feat here. But I also just don't see that type of insane durability playing out in all the rest of his fights. Like he was destroyed by Ultraman. We never saw Superman lose a fight outside of kryptonite exposure. So I really think durability is at the most a wash. You can actually argue that DCEU Superman has the better durability with how he showed up in every single fight. And really no argument that DCEU Superman isn't the fastest one here. Keeping pace with the Flash is obviously more impressive than anything we've seen from Superman so far. He's clearly shown the better speed feats. They're probably equals with heat vision. DCU Superman takes the edge with freeze breath by overcoming that black hole, but in an actual fight, well, it's DCEU Superman's fight to lose here, because he's actually the fighter. He's the killer. This Superman is way more like an actual Superman, trying to end the fight and save everyone's life in the process, including the person that he's fighting. And so because of that, well, he very rarely goes all out and definitely isn't fighting to kill. That's not the same from DCEU Superman. For starters, doesn't seem to care at all about collateral damage, so he's going to be a lot more focused on actually putting DCU Superman in the dirt. Secondly, while DCEU Superman has no problem going all out and will actually fight with lethal intent. He was absolutely rocking Zod and ended up killing him. He killed Doomsday too. And even though he wasn't the one who killed Steppenwolf, man, it looked like he sure wanted to. He wasn't holding back at all. And I think that's the biggest difference between these two characters. This Superman is physically more powerful at this point. That's probably just because he's shown up in more movies. DCU Superman at this rate will probably surpass him at some point. At least that's my guess. But Superman in the DCEU is actually gonna fight and beat and kill. DCU Superman just won't do that. And because of that, well, I definitely have DCEU Superman taking this one. Superman wins.